Central Diplomatic Intelligence Room. The moment was replayed within minutes. Frame 34, a Russian protocol advisor said. That's the one. Watch again. Later that day, while the Burkinabe delegation was being escorted to their first bilateral briefing, the news had already reached President Vladimir Putin's desk. He was known for his strategic calm, a man who spoke in silences and acted in shadows. But when the advisor leaned in and whispered, "One of our officers failed to salute Captain Traoré on the tarmac," his jaw tensed. Putin asked only one question. "Did he see him?" "Yes, sir. Direct eye contact. No salute." He remained still. Putin did not raise his voice. He simply pressed his finger to the desk and said, "That's an insult. Handle it." Back at the diplomatic quarters, Traoré remained composed. He said nothing of the moment. His team whispered. His aides speculated. But he said nothing. In a private room later that night, Ouattara broke the silence. "Mon capitaine, I know what I saw. The man disrespected you." Traoré replied without turning his head. "Then let his actions speak for him. Ours must speak louder." The next morning, during a scheduled tour of a Russian defense research facility, the protocol team was unexpectedly shuffled. An unfamiliar face greeted the Burkinabe president. "Mr. President," the man said in near-perfect French, "you are kindly requested to attend a revised ceremony today, as per direct instruction from the Kremlin." Traoré raised an eyebrow. "A revised ceremony?" "Yes, sir. A formal salute. In your honor." What happened that afternoon would ripple across 2 continents. Under the frozen sky, in front of rolling cameras, a full battalion of Russian ceremonial guards stood in formation at Red Square, a location usually reserved for Russia's most sacred national honors. Traoré's motorcade arrived. The music of the Russian military band began to rise, echoing against the stone walls like history itself. This time, the Russian officer who had refused to salute was not present. Instead, a higher-ranking commander stepped forward, with gravity, and delivered a crisp, extended salute to President Ibrahim Traoré. Then, a second officer approached and handed him a document. In front of cameras, with reporters watching and flags waving, the Russian commander read aloud, "By executive order from the office of the President of the Russian Federation, we recognize the state visit of Captain Ibrahim Traoré of Burkina Faso as one of strategic importance. In honor of his leadership, composure, and strength, we extend full ceremonial recognition and an apology for any breach of protocol." The crowd did not cheer. This was not a celebration. It was an act of restoration, an acknowledgement that respect is not given because of power, but because of presence. Later that evening, Putin met with Traoré in private. Their conversation was not recorded. No aides were present. Only 2 leaders, 2 minds, 2 men who had long stopped being naive about how the world worked. Putin opened the discussion. "You handled the situation with restraint," he said. Traoré nodded. "Restraint is not weakness. It is strength wearing patience." Putin smirked slightly, then handed him a sealed envelope. Inside was the order of permanent dismissal for the officer who refused to salute. But Traoré barely looked at it. "I am not here to destroy a man's career," he said softly, "only to affirm my country's honor." Putin nodded once, and then silence. The kind of silence only understood by those who carry nations on their backs.